when we are going to write a report on something, it requires some steps to be followed, and these are the steps. The first thing what we have to do, we have to define the problem. Problem here we mean by that, uh, why I am writing this report, and what is the problem, okay. uh, Basically, the when we write a report, first of all, what happens that we have some reason behind that. Okay, so in that particular thing, we have to identify the first thing, that is the problem in the event. What is the problem basically? I will let you know, understand you in a better way with one example of, let's suppose that if one person is going to write a report on spread of COVID-19, fine, the very recent topic. So we have to ensure that um, spread of COVID-19 is the problem, fine. So so in that particular report we have to define the problem, and that problem is spread of COVID-19 or coronavirus, right? So we have to talk about this problem, what exactly this problem is, fine. And then we are coming with the second step. So how we can define it? We have to tell something about the you know uh, symptoms of coronavirus, and then we have to define, explain how it is spreading, what are the things we have to uh, do just to control that particular disease. So these things will come under defining the problem. Then it will come purpose. Purpose here we mean by objective. Objective of that research. Fine. Why I am doing research on coronavirus? What is the need of that? Why I am doing it? So that is the purpose. Purpose may be like objective. Uh, to first thing I can write like to understand the symptoms of coronavirus, to identify or to find out the factors behind that coronavirus. So these are the objectives, to provide some solutions for that, to come up with, to overcome this disease. So these may be the purpose of that particular research, right? Then it comes outline the issues for investigation. Outline the issues for investigation. So for that, those purposes, what I said, three things I have said. That first thing is to understand about the coronavirus, right? To find out the factors behind the spread of that coronavirus, and to come up with some solution to stop this spread of coronavirus, right? So we have to outline the issues, means we have to say that how I am going to investigate the things, right? How I am going to define that coronavirus, from where I am giving the definition of it. Then what are the different factors I am going to talk about? So that is the outline. How I am going to work on this. So the next thing it is prepare a work plan. Here we mean by prepare a work. Here, the work plan we mean by that we have to ensure, that first thing first, that first of all, I'm going to write the introduction section. There are, in the when we do some research, we have to write the introduction. So what are the things I'm going to include that in introduction section? Then it comes, after introduction, right? Objectives we write. Then after objective, we have to write the, how I'm going to research design. We can say how I'm going to do research, whether it will be on the primary data, whether it will be on the secondary data, or combination of both. What kind of, technology or tools I'm going to use, whether I'm going to use MS Excel, whether I'm going to use SPSS, or some other, tools to analyze those data. So everything we have to, write in that particular work plan. Fine. Uh, then it is talking about conduct the research. We have to, let's suppose if I am going for preparing the primary data. I have to collect the primary data. So what I have to do, I have to prepare the questionnaire. Questionnaire means the set of questions. On the basis of that, I am going to, collect the data from the first hand, and that will be used first time in my research work. Fine. The secondary data is something which is already available through newspaper, through news channels, or some government sites. We know for COVID-19 there is a separate government site. From there we can have information about it. So from where I am taking, already data is published, and if I am taking those data in my research, it is known as secondary data. Fine. The primary data is which is I am collecting first time with the help of my own questionnaire. So let's suppose if I am going to do research in Delhi state, so whether I have to go to collect those data, the people who are already in the hospitals, or they are the government has provided the list that who all are during this quarantine and all. So we have to connect with those people for getting the primary data. So why I'm asking to meet them, just because to understand on my own first hand that what are the symptoms, whatever we know that it is high fever, cold and cough and this and that. So that is already available, and it is the secondary data, but exactly what is happening to the patient, so that I'll be able to understand once I'm going to meet the patient, right? So as one objective was uh, talk about the symptoms of coronavirus, so we can have those information through primary data as well as from the secondary data. Then it comes like so what we are collecting the data, whether it is secondary and the primary data. Then we are moving to the next level, that is analysis. So I'm going to analyze those data with the help of some tools. Tools are maybe SPSS, maybe MS Excel, maybe some other tool. So we have to analyze those data. So let's suppose if I have taken up data from, or it should be larger, the spread of COVID-19 is so that we have to take the large sample size. Sample size means that from how many patients I have collected those data. So as of now, if as per the reports of India, if there are somewhere, let's suppose I'm just giving you one number, vague number I would say, not the exact. I'm unable to recall as of now. Somewhere 25,000 patients are there all over India. They are suffering from this coronavirus. Fine. So 25,000 if patients are there, so how many patients I am going to visit? So they must be the sample is representing that particular data. I mean that particular universe. So total universe will be 25,000, let's suppose, and I am taking out some people from there. So let's suppose 500 to 1,000, so that they are going to, whatever the information I will be collecting, that will be applicable to all. Fine. Whatever I'm going to take the information, or I'm going to analyze, and I'm going to say that this is my research. So those, even if I'm collecting data from 500 people or from 1,000 people, patient I mean, so those symptoms or those factors behind that coronavirus, that will be applicable to all. Even I am coming with some solution, like government is saying all the time, it is there that we have to wash hand for 20 seconds and something like that, to use the sanitizer, this and that. So whatever other solution if I am going to provide, so that must be applicable to all those patients. I hope it is clear to all. So that is the sample size. Sample is that it is replicating the entire universe. Entire universe means entire, complete number of the patient. So it will be not only for India, it must be like, all other countries. Fine. So I hope it is clear. Analysis of data, interpretation will be done. And after interpretation, what we have to do? We have to draw some conclusion. So conclusion means on the basis of those research, I am going to provide some solution to that problem. Okay. So though I am not the I don't belong to medical fraternity. So exactly I won't be able to say what to do, what not to do. But yes, whatever experience we have, on the basis of that, even having without any medical background, I can suggest something on the basis of my own research. So I hope it is clear, Rohit Sangwan. I am adding continuously. If request will come, definitely he will be added. You must be seeing on this, screen that is already been shared with you people. So I hope it is clear to all. That is how to write a research report or report. Fine. We have to define the problem. Problem means why I am, doing this research, and what is the problem behind that. Then purpose, exact what is your research purpose, objectives, how to investigate that research, what will be the entire work plan, how to go ahead. Then on the basis of collection of the data, I have to analyze those data, I have to interpret those data, and on the basis of interpretation I have to come with some conclusion. Before that, even I can say that we can give some recommendations, some suggestions. So these may be things included in the report. I hope it is clear to all. If not, just I am waiting for a few seconds. You can put in the chat. Yes,
मैम पीपीटी शो नहीं हो रही।
PPT show नहीं हो रही अब।
नहीं हो रही।
Let me do it again. If it is so, are you able to see it now?
नो मैम।
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it is being seen by everyone, right? Fine enough. So now I am moving to the next topic, that is about presentation, and this is the last topic of our subject, that is business communication. So what do we understand by this term presentation? So as of now, if I would say what I am doing, I am presenting something to you. Just now I talked about research project, how to write a research project or project. Fine. So the tool I use to make you understand, that is what? That is the presentation. Fine. So what happens in the presentation, that we are basically that is a kind of oral presentation, and let's suppose some of you have been asked to as you have not submitted or attended few classes and your marks is less due to that. So what I can say, if I am going to give you some option that you give some presentation, and on the basis of that I will mark you for those 5 marks which is being given for attending the classes. Let's suppose I am giving you one option. So how you are going to do? I will say that you may select topic of your own choice from my subject itself. Fine. So some of you may be selected. Let's suppose types of communication. So how you are going to present? Basically, you are going to present with the help of such kind of PPT and all. And presentation means it requires your oral. We are talking orally. So what it is saying here, presentation is a means of communication that can be adapted to various speaking situations, such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team. So as of now, even I am teaching you online, but with the help of some presentation. Fine. Sometimes it happens like yesterday itself we had numerous meeting online with the DSPSR faculty members. So that was also being done in oral form. So when it was asked to, tell something about the placement thing and all, so that was just like, what I said, and whatever I, informed the house, that was done with the help of presentation only. Fine. So the second point it is saying, it is the form is oral communication. It consists proper structure. Means the topic I am going to define. As for you, I said types of communication. So you have to first, you have to tell about what is communication, so that everyone is familiar with the terminology. Then you are coming to the types of communication. Then you are going to elaborate those different types of communication, right? Presentation also includes audio video tools. Like in the last few classes, we have already seen some videos also. So that is the presentation. In that particular presentation, we can include such kind of tools. During the presentation, humors may be created to create a good relation with the audience. Sometimes what happens that we are in, just like robotic way. I am just speaking, you are just listening. So what can be done? We can have some, I don't have that much of actually humorous things. I don't, just throw some joke or something like that. I don't have that kind of nature basically. But that is going to, uh, create a good relation with the audience. So what happens once you are, laughing, or you're smiling or something like that, you become in the present, and at that moment, whatever the person is saying, the audience will listen it properly. So it must be included. Humor must be included. Humor means not to insult anyone, but yes, with due respect and all, we have to have some humors during the presentation. It connects the orator, the presenter, and the audience. Fine enough. So the next point of this presentation is how to make a presentation. Whenever you are going to present something, we have to focus on 5W. These are the 5W given by MM Monipally. What he has said: why, who, where, when, and what. Why means why I am going to present there. The objective of that presentation. Fine. Let's suppose if I am going to meet somebody in HR department of, let's suppose, any company, Pepsi. You people are so liking that much of Pepsi and Coke. So if I'm going to visit that company, so why I'm there? I'm there to give the presentation about my college, so that that company will visit our campus for the purpose of summer training, final placement, and other things, right? So my objective must be clear, that why I am going to that particular company, why I am there to give the presentation. Then it comes who. Here, who means whom I am going to address, right? So if he is the general manager, I have to talk to him like that. If he is just an HR manager, I have to talk to him accordingly. So I have to ensure who here means who is the audience, who is going to listen me, right? Where means the place, the venue where I am going to make that presentation. When means what is the time, right? So and what means what will be my content, what I am going to deliver, what I am going to say about. Fine. So that is the what. So I am just repeating it in terms of your own class. That why means here, why means why I am teaching you this, just to make you clear about how to make a presentation. So that is my objective. Who is the audience? You people are students of my class, are the audience. Where this is the Google Meet app, where we are doing it online mode. Fine. When time was given to you 11:20. So why time is important? So that according to time, I have to greet that person, like I said in the beginning, good morning, students. So and to understand the, sometimes it happens in the afternoon, companies are having, so many meetings and all. So might be possible they will not give that much of time. So I have to ensure that my presentation must be completed in the given time. And what here, what means content, what I am going to teach you, that is the about the topic presentation. And what for the company, what I am going to say to them, that is about my college, that Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, which is an affiliated institution of IP University, and we are running BB and BCom honors, and we are here for placement opportunities or something else, like, so many things are there we can do with industry. So those things I have to tell them. So that is the content of my presentation. You can understand it well in this next slide. Why? Why it is given? Just you can read the slide on your own, just keeping yourself mute only. So from here you can make it clear: why, purpose, to inform, to persuade, to influence, to emphasize, or to entertain. What is the reason behind this presentation? Who means attribute of audience. I have to understand who is my audience. So why it is required to understand my audience? Uh, what are the different numbers, genders, age, education, knowledge? Who means I have to understand the attribute of the audience, quality of the audience. Where, place, that is formal or informal. When, time and context, as I have said. What, that is content, subject matter, what I am going to discuss with them. So that is the 5W. When we are designing a presentation, what we have to ensure while designing the presentation, that um, first 5 minutes I have to give the introduction. Introduction means introduction of the topic. Then I am moving to main body, 15 minutes. 15 minutes for telling about everything, and 5 minutes for conclusion. Just whenever my topic ends, what I do, I summarize the things. So that is the conclusion. And 15 minutes for question answer. So as I said, you people are not asking any question, right? But what happens that when we are going to make a presentation, we are going to have the question answer. Company may ask how many students I have to hire, what, how much salary you are expecting. So might be some questions, or I may have some questions from them. So generally what we can see, that whenever we going for the presentation, we have to, if we are having 40 minutes of time, then we have to separate or focus on these things for those particular minutes. So generally for 20 minutes are more than enough to tell your things in detail, right? Though if I am saying the company is not going to give me that much of time. It's hardly 10 minutes, 15 minutes time they are providing. So I have to, accordingly, the ratios I have to follow, the same kind of pattern I have to follow. Fine. So I hope it is clear to all. Next things we will discuss later on.